Hello, students. So let's say we want to create a function that returns all subsets of 1 through n. What do I mean by that? I mean, if I want the subsets of, say, 1, 2, what would that be? Well, I would have 1, 2, I would have 1, I would have 2, and I would have the empty set. And these would be the subsets of 1, 2. And I couldn't have the output be a set of sets, because we know Python doesn't allow sets of sets, but it could be a list of sets. And not necessarily in that order. I mean, it has to be a list, but I actually personally don't care what order it appears on the list. And suppose I wanted to find the subsets of 1, 2, 3. Well, what I could do is I could take the subsets that have 3 in them, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and 3, and then just, this way I don't have to write them all out. I can just copy and paste. But wait a second. I just did something very intentional there that might give us a clue. In order to be lazy, I decided that I wanted to list these first so I can copy this over. But really, in order to get the subsets of 1, 2, 3, it really splits it into two cases. Right? We have these cases here which don't have 3, and these which do. So these are actually the same as the subsets of 1, 2. So that means maybe we could use the previous case in order to get the next case. But how are we going to get this? Well, notice something about these. How do these 4 relate to these 4? Stop thinking about it. I mean, stop and think about it. Don't stop thinking about it. Stop the video if you need more time, but each of these is each of these with a 3 added. So for example, if I wanted to add, I don't know, let's say I wanted to add 99 to a bunch of sets. So I could say I union with the set 99 for I in, and let's give it that. And let's just make sure this this adds 99 to each of those sets. This is our little union symbol, which we learned not long ago. Okay, so let's try to put all this together. So what I want to do is I want to find the subsets of 1 through n by taking the subsets of 1 through n as a list, and then I want to take it again, but then I want to add n to that list. Here I kind of jumped the gun and added 99 just for emphasis. That didn't matter what the extra thing was that we were adding. But okay, I think I have enough that we can start. So subsets, let's just call it subsets of n, and let's return. So what do I want to return? Well, I want each of these to be a list. So we'll have the list of the subsets of n minus 1. And then we'll also have another list. And remember, we can use plus to concatenate everything into one big list. So what I have over here are the subsets that don't contain n. And now I need the subsets that do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this code, but I don't want it to be so specific. Okay, well, we're getting a little better. Of course, I don't want to necessarily add 99 each time. I want to add n. So what do I have here? This is going to give me a list of the subsets of n minus 1. These are going to give me the subsets of n minus 1 with n attached. Okay, looking pretty good, but there's one problem. You probably know what it is. I need a base case. So what I could do, and I want it to return a list each time, because remember, we need to combine these lists. So let's just return the empty set, or the list containing just the empty set, if n is equal to 0. Okay. Because if n has 0 elements, in it, all we can get is the empty set. So let's see if this works. Subset 4. And what did I get? I got all of the subsets of 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, I have all the ones with 4 in it. There are 8 of them, and all the ones without 4 in it. there are 8 of those too. These 8 are specifically the 8 elements that we see here, but then we get each of these 8 elements together with 4 as well. So this is exactly the correct answer. Now, I do need these square brackets here because otherwise, when I go to get the subsets of 1, this is going to be a set. And we can't add a set in a list. The plus sign works for 2 lists. It concatenates. So if I were to say remove this, and I hate to do this because it's working nicely, but try to run it again just to show you. But the error message is actually extremely clear here. It's telling, hey, you can't add a set in a list, which is exactly what we thought would go wrong in this situation. So I put this back, and then let's just make that 3. Oh, I have to run this cell again and make that 3. And you can see what we got there. Very nice, is exactly the same as that.